Hello, it's Jeremy here. It's Tuesday, January 29th, 2019. I'm watching WWE Raw, and that's because of Alex and Carter. Thank you guys so very much. So, WWE, they like to promote some truths and pump some false baloney freaking propaganda hoaxes as well. So today, let's see what we have. Ooh, we've got Seth Rollins over here. Seth Rollins, what do you got to say to the kids? To the kids, to the kids. I know you got to say something to the kids. What are you going to say? To the kids! All right. Oh, kids.
Looks, some kids, they grow up and they want to be astronauts. They want to walk on the moon, or they
Some kids, they grow up, they want to be astronauts. They want to walk on the moon, huh? Let's hear it again.
Some kids, they grow up and they want to be astronauts. They want to walk on the moon, or they want to win the Super Bowl.
Some kids, they grow up, they want to be astronauts, and they want to walk on the moon. Guess what? That's going to be tough because you can't do it. Ooh, that's going to be mighty rough. Why are you telling those kids that, man? They can't do it. All right. Some of the reasons why. You know, when you're at the dentist, you get a little x-ray. They put a freaking lead bib over you to protect you from the radiation. When you're in a space shuttle and in your little spacesuit, it's not made out of lead or gold. So how are you being protected from the Van Allen belts of radiation, the ones that are encompassing the Earth? Maybe it's because we can't get through them. Maybe it's because it's the firmament. I don't freaking know. But it's just stuff to think about. You're not walking on the moon. We don't have the proper protection. All right, something else. How about a vacuum? Vacuum of space. The vacuum of space. Google this stuff. Google when they did the one experiment one time. This guy passes out. When you're in a vacuum, liquids boil, which means the inside of a human will boil. His saliva was boiling before he passed out. You cannot be in a vacuum. You can't thrust in a vacuum to get to the moon. We have the Earth, and then atmosphere, and then around that, the vacuum of space. So when you're at, like, the edge of atmosphere, is there, like, a sign like, hey, 2 more feet in the vacuum of space, watch out, because, you're going to be in the vacuum of space. No, there is no door. There is no warning. It's pretty weird. It just must mesh together, I guess. I don't know. Also, astronauts. They're not astronauts because they're basically glorified scuba divers. For the ISS, up above, they have one. They actually have one. It's not up there. It's on Earth in a pool to simulate weightlessness, and all the astronauts don their suits and do little tasks on it. And check it out. We have a picture right here. Look at an astronaut at work. An astronaut at work with bubbles and water, and there is the ISS. Now, if we go to the live ISS, look, there it is. And, they could just green screen the Earth and that background and the sun. We would never know. Look at that. You'd never know the difference. You'd never know the difference. And when it comes to this, they're in the thermosphere. How is the ISS even not melting? That doesn't make sense. So, these are actually astronauts. Those are not astronauts. Being an astronaut would be similar to being Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, or the Tooth Fairy, because none of them exist. People walking on the moon don't exist. The moon is a light. You can't land on a light. It's impossible. So they are all astronauts. What they're doing here by talking about the moon and astronauts is promoting outer space and evolution and the Big Bang. They want you to think, the whole universe was created out of nothing and explosions create life when actually explosions destroy life. They want you to think that you're this small in a universe this big. There could be an outer space, but it'd be more of like a dimension or a realm, not what Hollywood promotes and pumps to us as what it is. Stars are just something shimmering under lights. They're not planets of their own. I personally don't think. So, we have that, and it's like, Seth, why didn't you say, first, Jake Gibson, thank you for the shirt so very much. Everybody also sub Photonic. He is amazing. And why didn't Seth be like, hey, maybe some of y'all want to cure world hunger? Maybe some of y'all want to cure diseases. Why did he say nothing like that? Probably because saying stuff like that is not freaking profitable.